I see right now, not right now, but right now and before I've seen, it's quite often you can see like talk, White House talk, I guess, about content moderation, like Twitter or Facebook. Now, I can tell you this way. Suppose I'm on Wall Street. Okay? Wall Street trading. One of those big chiefs for trading. Now, my question is, you keep talking there in your White House about content moderation. Every time content moderation, this guy doesn't like this guy doesn't like this. My first question is, who came to content moderation? Because you need to trade your products, okay? You need to trade your products. Not your illegal copying, not with fake papers. You need to trade your product. Okay, in 91, AOL, in Manhattan, they didn't have social media like this, and no content moderation. Who came to that? You, Facebook, is having content moderation, and Twitter is having content moderation. You look similar. Who is allowing you to have that kind of intellectual property with content moderation? What's your answer? Yeah, you keep talking there in your White House, assuming that's legal. How it's legal? You need to trade your product. Who came to that? Mark Zuckerberg or that Jack, whatever his name, last name? That bald guy with beard. Who came to that? Why you have content moderation and you have content moderation? Who told you? The answer would be those walking, talking people. They said okay to use, they said okay to implement, they say this okay, they say that okay. That's fraud. It was never okay. His wife, blah blah blah, stop right there. Divorced. I posted the divorce certificate. She's not wife, she's divorced. She's talking about my social network and my moderation for my browser, for a search engine like Google. And you assuming they're legal, everything is legal, and you ask questions about content moderation. Your first question should be, where did you get idea about content moderation? Both of you, Facebook and Twitter, where? Somebody is allowed? No, it's illegal papers. So that social network with content moderation is illegal. You cannot trade as your product. Unless you will tell me you came to that. Who came to that? Mark Zuckerberg or that Jack, whatever his name is, last name. It's not that tough. It's because they implemented my social network platform. Before you program, like software development, before you program, you need to decide what to program. And you need to go through different analysis, thinking this, be creative, how customer will experience all that. Design thinking, creativity, critical thinking, whatever, before you even start to program. Because in 92 I had a computer, and I was sitting with that computer, and I realized you need to program something. So that is a product. You cannot just program, look in the sky and program. You need to come to something. So I actually decided I don't need a computer to run. So I turned it off. First I need to think what to program. So for software development, software engineering, it's called the product. It's called software decisions. It is intellectual property. Because in 91, AOL didn't have it. And I was thinking hard, and I came to that. It's not for Mark Zuckerberg to use. It's not for German communists to use. It's not for any other people to use. It's not for Jack to use. Any other guy walking talking about that, it's not for them to use. It's for me to use. Because my ex-wife put up all kind of stupid papers. I am allowing this and this. She told them about my intellectual property of social network and content moderation for my social network. They implement it and they trade as their product. It's not your product to trade, I'm telling you right now. Now you keep sitting there talking in your Washington DC forever about content moderation. They cannot even use it. They cannot use that platform with content moderation. If you see any paper I allow, that's illegal papers. That's illegal papers. You entered the market with illegal papers. And you probably incorporated with illegal papers. Now I will ask Mark Zuckerberg, how did you come to content moderation? He has no explanation. Because it's not his model, not his intellectual property, nothing. That part is missing. Because it's not his. And the same that with bold guy, any other guys like that. Because they're all listening people who basically got that from my ex-wife Olga. And she made up illegal papers look like okay to use my intellectual property. That's why they're using it. That's why I posted I got divorced, not married, because I'm sure she put married. And I did not allow anything. If you see my signature, I allow, that's forgery. I'm in the United States and they have signatures. I expect Facebook and Twitter have forgery. They use forgery. I'm serious. They use forgery for trading. They use forgery for incorporating, for using, for everything. Because it's not their intellectual property, then you find the person. Yeah, you don't need to have crazy eyes. You go and look for person. Go back to Olga, ask Olga where he was. You can find private investigators and find the person through police anyhow you can find. You're not supposed to step into illegal papers because you cannot find the person. But that's what they did. They couldn't find me because she left, I'm here. And they are lazy to look for me and do anything right. So they keep doing all kinds of stupid papers, but using my intellectual property. That social network and content moderation, that is my social network. It's not Twitter's. Twitter would be illegal copy and illegal use. For Twitter to be substantially different, he had to disapprove all they say. He had to disapprove, basically count what they say and disapprove, because it's not his intellectual property, and he would need to come to substantially different, nothing even reminds. It's like Gucci. Gucci have certain trend, okay, no, I'm not going to be like Gucci, I'm going to be like someone else. Then be someone else, but you didn't. You didn't like to do that, so you go over there. But I'm telling you, they have illegal papers. And you are a programmer, but you would need to look at some other degree people, like managing innovations. Managing innovations, because it's new, nobody has. In 91, nobody had, I know. You cannot plug in, you cannot do anything, you cannot explore anything. That's why I came to it. And that social network is for my exploring. It's not your individual network going somewhere else. It's connected to Google or another one, maybe Yahoo, whoever has those big computers. So for White House, they have main objective. Some Donald Trump said this, said this, said this, said. For me, the main objective, that's my stuff, they need to pay for it. I don't care who's stuck in there. All those two platforms are in illegal use. And if you talk about content moderation, beside asking Donald Trump or anyone, ask question of the company, how did you come to content moderation itself? Because Facebook has and you have It's like it's very unclear. What is that about? It's like a legal copy, another version. Why do you give that another version? First of all, then that guy should allow that guy. Can we see paper? Yes or no? No. Why? Somebody is allowing. Who is allowing? We don't need paper. We need to see him. And you will see they have fraud. Look like I'm allowing overseas or wife or this. No. I'm here. She knew about my intellectual property. They put out papers basically used for free. I allow this and this. And money go where? To me? No, they don't go to me. Go to them. It's twisting. They put up all kind of paper, kind of like they're not responsible, and then money go to them. Oh yeah, but your question should be okay. If you Twitter cannot say about content moderation beginning, if you Facebook cannot say about content moderation beginning, we need to see a person who came to the content moderation. We have our questions. And you look very similar. Your programming, that's not your intellectual property. We need to see that person. And she is not wife. You can show divorce certificate. She's not wife. For that begin for Facebook and for Twitter begin, she's not wife. Take a look at divorce certificate. Any paper you have, she's wife, blah, 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 money should go to wife, fraud. Money should not go to wife, she's not wife. So, you need to look like that. I actually know why. I know why content moderation, but I'm not gonna tell you. Because it was my original system, and it's like exam. I will make for you as exam. Okay? Exam for American crooked social network. Everybody can do the same. Wow. Wow. And that's your product to trade. Wow. Okay, now for Wall Street. You keep talking about content moderation, and Facebook didn't come to that, and content moderation, and actually the platform, it's not his social network. His social network should be substantially different. Substantially, nothing even close. So it's not his social network. It should be his product. It's not his product. No. It's like a car. This is Lexus car. You put some other tires, a few things inside. It's still Lexus car. It's not his social network. It's not for him to use to play around. Nothing. He has papers, the same papers, the same people. I am allowing. I am a husband. What a fraud. For him to have legal papers, he had to find me. And I posted divorce certificate. So all this wife bullshit, it's all bullshit. Now, for Wall Street, okay, you don't have. But we need person who came to the platform and moderation. So if you say you didn't come, then it's not your product. And you are trying to trade, but we want to verify if you can use it. And all those people sitting there trying to moderate something, but in reality you are in intellectual property violations. You should not even have the start. How did you start? What did you incorporate? Using intellectual property of someone else with fraud. That's not for trading. Not fraud. Just show me your papers. Anytime it says wife, that's fraud. I never did allow anything. So what they have, basically, they have fraudulent paper, look like I allow, because they probably don't want to pay, don't want to look for me. So they put up, look like I allow, I'm okay, this, blah, blah, blah. Big contribution would be Olga, ex-wife, to that stupid paperwork. And then they talk to companies and they're trying to trade. They don't trade their product. So Wall Street should say like that. No, you have content moderation. We need to know who came to that. Facebook has, and Twitter has, probably some other people have. We need to know who came to it. That's a certain model, business model. And intellectual property, because you pretty much look similar. There is no big difference. So we need to know, we need to see the person. White House keep talking about Donald Trump to be there or not to be there. The question is, if Donald Trump should be on illegal business. That's how you can turn. Because for Wall Street, if you need to trade your product, that's not really their product. And you, Donald Trump, is saying you need to be there. Why? Why you keep pushing that button? You're not supposed to go beyond federal, really. For any politicians, for any political stuff, you're not supposed to go beyond your federal things and look like it's your field for you. It's made for you. It was never for you made. I can tell you, I came to it in a house. First thing, it's a house. It's not a federal building. And second thing is, it's for people after work, including Donald Trump. It's not really made for politicians to have the suit on and keep making campaigns. That's not for that. It's for people after work who pay small fee, like they pay today, and they explore. In most cases, it's not for free. That's how I had. Now, are you trying to say people need to pay money that you keep bothering everybody, including Biden? Keep bothering everybody with your campaigns. Give us money, give us money. No. I tell you right now, my original content moderation is not really for politicians asking for money. Or politicians want to be there, but somebody remove them, and they want to be there, remove them. They want to be there, remove them. My social network is for people after work, working people. It does not matter if he has like PhD degree or associate or high school, as long as they're working for any kind of degrees, political degree, not political. But I know why I had content moderation, but I'm not gonna tell you. I would like to have the same question to be asked by international court. Okay, your American company, Twitter and Facebook have content moderation. Who came to that? And your platforms are similar. Who came to that? Who is allowing you? I'll let them talk. If they say they came to that, that will be fraud. They never came to that platform. They never came to content moderation. Because it was my original model. So that's how you can ask. But I will say that because I know why, but I'm not going to say everything. So Jack, that bald guy, what's your answer? To American trading and to international court or international courts, what's your answer? How did you come to that platform and content moderation? What's your original thinking? His answer was, those people came, they said, okay, to use blah, 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 blah. Here, paper. What paper? Take a look at paper. I'm divorced. What's on paper? Probably married. Oh, yeah. Probably my signature. That's not my signature. That signature came from outside of United States. I never was there. That's forgery. And how about Mark Zuckerberg? The same thing. The same signature from outside. Yeah, I never was there. I was here. That's forgery. I never did allow. That's made up. Made up by ex-wife. And you're trying to trade as your product. And plus, international courts will approve of it. So, like I said before, suppose Wall Street is requesting information about content moderation, origination, and origination of that particular social network because they look similar. And suppose they're requesting from Washington, D.C. because you keep talking. You approve everything legal, so we need to see how legal that is. Because it's not Mark Zuckerberg's innovative thinking of 92, and it's not the Jack guy. You see what I mean? So we need to see, you keep talking about moderation, who is allowing them to use social network with moderation? They are programmers. Why do they program? They're not supposed to program. Okay, there is one guy supposed with, it's called software development. Software development, not only software development, but innovative software development. Because in 92, it was not anything for people to log in and explore and talk and listen, blah, blah, blah. Okay, innovative software development before programming. Programming, there are so many programmers, big lines of programmers. We need to know the intellectual property. Because you approve, you always assume it's legal. How did you make them legal? Both of them. We need to see paper. If it's not them, we need to have that guy. You kept talking about politicians to be there. We don't need to talk about politicians. We need to see if it's their product, if they can trade or not. Because people invest money, pension funds, all that, risk level, whatever, bank, bank investments, or investment banking and stuff like this. We need to see that. And believe it or not, White House, so all those who are talking, they cannot provide with that. Somebody is allowing. Every time it's a really stupid, some kind of political way, made up paper, somebody is allowing. Wow. Why? For what? Where that guy is allowing? Overseas, where? Country, phone number, data. You approve for a big market, so we need all the details. Maybe it's not like that. So what do you have? You have somebody's allowing. Who? Where? Not so much. Okay. What's the name? His name is Leo and Olga. And so you want to say Leo there overseas? Yes. What do you have to prove? Did you talk before approving for big market? Did you talk if it's true or not? Do you know some ladies kill husband to get life insurance? We don't believe ladies. There are so many of them want to steal something. Ladies have more tendencies to steal than men, because men has muscles to work. Many ladies, they want to steal money. Rip off. Take from husband, half, blah, blah, blah. Some of them get married to get money. Anyway, we need to see that guy. We need to talk to him. You're approving paper somebody is allowing. We need to see him. He would be legal telling that we have big talk for them. We don't want to talk. You have some kind of stupid papers. Now he's allowing. Why he is allowing? And I cannot talk to his attorney. Who is his attorney? Where? Every time something. No. I can help Wall Street. I never was overseas. Believe me, from 93 till today, you could find me. I was in United States. I was in 93 when Olga left. I was in Minnesota. She left, but I was continuing working at Seagate Technologies. They make hard drives. I was making parts for hard drives, Seagate. There are only two big companies, Seagate Technologies and Western Digital for hard drives. That's major two players. Well, Hitachi, it's overseas. But here, it would be like that. Now, I was working at Seagate. At Seagate, Olga stopped working because she left. But I continued to work at Seagate. And then Seagate, after some few months, Seagate had layoff. So I basically stopped working there. And I got special check to find new job. They give me quite a good amount of money for that time. So I found some quick job. So I did continue to live in Minnesota. When Olga started to talk overseas, I continued to live in Minnesota. And I had State Farm insurance, and I had stationary phone. And then I moved to another place, and in '94, I would say like June, beginning of summer, I decided to go to Arizona. And you can find my records in Arizona. I changed my driver license. You can see my Minnesota license changed to Arizona license. So anything you have there, I'm allowing overseas. I'm not overseas. It's all made up papers. Most likely ex-wives, papers, and her people. To me, she talked to Eastern Germany. It looks like Eastern German brain, some kind of post-Soviet, post-communist brain. Don't know much about trading rules, nothing. Basically trying to make copies, multiplying copies. First of all, it's illegal use, and then they are trying to multiply copies. Now, I can tell you this to Wall Street. If they're politicians, that would be corruption. Because for creating companies, it should not be politicians. It should be Mark Zuckerberg or that, what's his name? Jack, the bald guy. He had to look for me. But if they are dealing with politicians, so my ex-wife, politicians, illegal papers, illegal signatures, and then my platform with moderation. That's social network with the base of corruption. It is corruption. Mark Zuckerberg and that bald guy, Jack. How did you find about moderation? From who? From these people, this. Okay, but they are politicians. Communist Party are politicians too. Don't make Communist Party some kind of special category. It's not category, it's still politicians. It's a political party. Democrats, Republicans, Communists, Socialists, different winds, different waves, directions, whatever. Views. It's all about views, you know. So Communist Party, it would be a Communist Party that's a politician. So you found from politicians. You started your company from politicians about that moderation. Now, in America, the Communist Party is restricted. They cannot vote nothing. You cannot vote for Communist Party to be president. They're restricted. So now those people told you, and probably they do moderation too. Do investors know about Communist parties moderating people? First of all, it's not their intellectual property. They use Olga's illegal papers, and then they're trying to moderate. And when people are investing, did you tell them that you have Communist Party for moderation, or someone who is basically qualified for corruption? You need to look for talent, not for getting from political party with illegal papers. anything you get from political party with illegal papers, you consider that's corruption. You're stepping into corruption. There is no Harvard teaching about that. Harvard is teaching about dealing with the talent or the company. Like sometimes it's talent's intellectual property, sometimes it's belonging to the company. And you are dealing with politicians talking about his intellectual property with illegal papers. Illegal, like I said, I'm divorced and I did not sign overseas, I was here. Those signatures, if it's mine, that's forgery, and I'm married, that's fraud. Money should go there, that's fraud. It's basically a twisting game with fraud here and there. That's illegal papers. And now, they told you about moderation and all that. That's not their intellectual property. For them to have that as intellectual property, they need to be substantially different. But they are not. They're talking about mine. They're not talking about some German guy. I'm not German guy. I'm here. I was here in America. You could consider me as American resident. So they're talking about as American resident because I had social security card. I was working at the American company. I have driver license, car, insurance, everything. American resident. So I had ENS giving me papers as American resident. I was working, approved me to work. So you're talking about it. I'm not German guy. I'm American here, working here, insurance here. What did you tell them? They go with my ex-wife's game, fraud here and there because she want to get money. They go with all that stupid creations, and then what? And then they're trying to trade. But Wall Street should not look at White House. Well, just give us information we need. We need to see if it's their product, who is allowing, because we invest people's money, retirement funds and all that. We need everything. That's how you talk. And then anyone like Donald Trump, oh, I need to be there, I need to be there. Hey, during your work time, during your as president time, why don't you take time to figure out if it's bogus investment or not? Because it was approved in Washington, D.C., why don't you just do something to figure out? Help Wall Street. He didn't do anything. I assume he even talked to those illegal people and created his social network. That's his chore. So that's why I'm saying, if any president doesn't like to do anything normal, I'm not okay he's re-elected. Either you do right, because you are saying you do right for people, but you don't. Why people should invest pension funds to companies with fraud, forgery, and corruption? They have no value, really, no value. And probably moderating people are communists. Excuse me, I need to give my money, pension funds, and moderating people is communist with illegal August papers? Are you trying to blow my account or something? Are you trying to jack me or something? So you see what I mean? So don't worry, just go on us. So that's shortly about moderating. But I know why moderating. I'm not gonna tell them. Because it's my moderation and my platform. Many things they have no answer for because they didn't start from scratch. I started. But let them play and let them say about the truth. Reality is they need to pay compensation and they need to make legal paperwork because I wasn't outside of US and they use the legal paper. I look like I am outside alone. So that's all I can say. Have a good time. Bye.